And if you're more of a cat person, there will be some sour pusses at the end of this game as well. So there we go, mate. We'll get it all in. We'll get it all in. NIP versus G2 about to go down here. And I mean, you know, from what we saw from G2 over in the Pro League last time around, Hugo, when we were here, we saw fast, we saw ferocious Counter-Strike. A little bit confusing with the switch up to English, obviously, but as we learned from that interview, it seems like Jax has really thrown himself into it. So let's see, G2 about to throw themselves into something else, by the way, as they rush all players over towards this B side of the map, and it's completely silent. So I'll do the gun sounds. There we go. Kills come in. Hugo, you take this one.
Yeah, Amanek with a double opener. The flashbangs from G2, very, very effective. All that util now gone with the smoke in the doors, and the retake going to be coming in soon. There's two players coming from the tunnels. But take a look at Nexus' position as well. He's going to be able to cut them off. Twist will check this angle, but he looks away, and Nexus gets away with a kill. Jax to follow up, and that's the round. Nice and clean from G2 as they take the pistol. Honestly, it's more distracting than anything.
Yeah, I figured it was going to get in the way, but I thought I had to commit once I said I'm going to.
Yeah, I respect it. I admire
honestly, I wasn't really feeling it. Like, normally I'm very in the mood to do my best. I've really been practicing my AK sound. Oh, so I'm getting nervous having to bring that one out maybe in this round.
Yeah, you're just too used to the Krieg, you know. It's just been all over our minds these past few weeks. But yeah, G2 very keen to keep away from the big rifles in the second round. They don't know whether NIP are going to force, although not really common go-to on the CT side of Dust2. So USP's route, Twist with a scout, and triple Mac 10 for G2. Forest is pushed up on Catwalk, but G2 have no one in middle with the exception of Hunter just coming out from the lower tunnels as well. He is about to meet a very fatal and a very messy end, more than likely. Forest is going to dome him from above, and that's NIP with a kill. The issue is G2 are fully out long.
Oh, but here's Twist's scout, and he's going to get forced off the angle before he's able to find anything. He gets the information, though. He sees players going across. And so for NIP, they're going to rotate everyone in towards this A side of the map. G2, they've got this foothold over at long. And so it's feeling pretty tempting to just commit to the A play at this point in time. And they kind of have to. They've lost control elsewhere on the map. They don't really know what's going on. Getting that kill at least onto Plopsky has helped pull things back into even odds. And Nexa takes down the first man. Now this A bomb site is open for business. The scout looking for another. It's trying. Not quite. It's going there.
Sounds like you're spitting on someone, Harry. Yeah, please stop. Please stop.
Oh, well, let's see. Can they find anything, Hugo, with these scavenged SMGs and the scout on Twist?
Well, the second the bomb went down, that's when this round gets really tough for NIP. They may have had an early advantage, but it's not going to be showing up for them in the late round. Amanek and Nexa picking players apart, and Forest, he does a lot of damage onto the second as well. Knifes out, he's just jumping into spawn, hunting these kills to the end of time, and he might get them both as well. Kenny's gone from the server, and Amanek soon to follow. May as well just run. He's won the round. There's no time for Forest to get this defuse, and that will be G2 taking a 2-0, but not really cleanly. Harry, think about the investment that we just saw from NIP. That was a scout. That's it. That's all they bought in that second round. They get 4 kills from it. So talk about return on investment.
And the most nuts thing is the only gamble that you took, as you say, was Twist investing in that scout. Well, Forest, he was able to hold on to it. He throws that back into the hands of Twist. He's got a buy here. Everyone else didn't invest anything. So they've got all they could possibly need, right? All this utility to go alongside those M4s. And G2, they've had to reinvest on almost everyone. So they've gone for this buy here. Hunter is on that Mac 10. That's the only thing. But even then, there's 3 head armorless players on the other side. So still a chance for him to find something with this.
The only good thing about losing a lot of players to a round like that, if you're G2, is you don't have to run a bonus, right? You just go straight in for Kriegs and AKs. You're fully committed, you're in, and there's no messing around. That being said, NIP, you know, they would have been very susceptible up against Mac 10s, considering the amount of head armor in play here in that round number 3. However, won't come into play. Hunter is still on that SMG. Going to be run boosting him up Catwalk with a flashbang to assist, but no one here from the ninjas. They've got Twist down on the car position with the scout. Rez down in long on his own, and he's going to need some support, but there's no one here to help him. And NIP are dedicated to this cat play. It's actually just a bit of a distraction while these 3 players get ready to come out through long. Amanek is already out on top of the site. Twist should have spotted this. Flashes over long. Rez has to get a kill here, at least one, as he tries to stall them to allow Twist to move in from the long position, but he's been caught as well. Jax heads up play, and Nexa will follow up. It's just Let Go left on A, and not for long. G2, a clean A-side execute. I love that play. Lots of distraction from the catwalk. Gives them the room to move out of long. And NIP, without a single kill in this round, are just going to look to save.
And that's one of those ones where if you're Lecro, you're wondering, how on earth is Amanek there? You're scratching your head because he's just snuck out like a little demon from the closet. Bit of a out there metaphor, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kids having nightmares or something under your bed.
The kids are having nightmares under your bed, or the monsters are under the bed?
Yeah, they're freaked out the kids as much as the kids are scared of the monsters, Harry. You know, animals are just as scared as you.
I've seen Monsters, Inc. I don't want to brag. I watched that film the whole way through.
Whoa.
I know.
Bold.
And...
oh, look at the floor. Pretend you're not here.
Come on.
No.
Plopsky's no Randall, though, is he? He's not going to blend in with the...
That's a great reference.
Yeah, well, you know, Matt, like I said, I'm a bit of a mega fan of Monsters, Inc.
I'm trying to think of a quote from that old, like, snail lady.
Oh, yeah, she's...
Give me a quote.
I don't know, mate.
Because I can do the voice, I just don't know a quote.
You can do the voice. She says, like, you know, where's your paperwork, Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, maybe I can't do the voice.
Yeah, come on, under the pressure. He's crumbled. And let's see if NIP go the same way. They stack a few players over towards this B side of the map. G2 immediately taking this tunnels control again. They're looking to keep these pistols back. I mean, they know they did a good job of hunting down everyone in that last round. So there's nothing here for NIP to really work with. And this one should just be the formality for G2. Holding for this tunnels push even. And the second Amanek sees so many bodies here, he can just call for this immediate rotation away from these tunnels. And if they go towards A, they're going to get that site for free. The only hope for NIP in this round was that they walked into that stack.
Oh, so close for Twist, but G2, this call has been so well-timed. They're already up past that position. Nex is out from long, and he's going to find one in middle, but doesn't realize there's still 4 players hunting him down. He's going to get sidelined by Forest here in the spawn, but missed shots. Nexa will take him down. How many kills can he get? No more, as the USP finally comes in for NIP, and that's a gun dropped, with Mac-10 not letting anything be saved here by the CT side. And G2 keeping this round under lock and key. Plopsky can grab that gun without being exposed. But, oh, he takes a fight instead, and that's the SMG gone, and 1 weapon save for the Ninjas. But that's really all they're going to take away from this round. It's been a very dominant start from G2, 4-0, and actually building up some money as well on the T side with a round where they finally keep players alive. Seemingly a rarity at this point. But now the money is here, Harry. You always have to remember that first rifle round on the CT side, if it's coming in round number 3, you're not going to have everything. You're going to have those gaps in the armor, quite literally. No helmets, no incendiaries, no AWP. And now that is no longer going to be a problem here for the Swedes. They can pull everything into play. That's 6K per player, so let's see where they decide to go with things and how much G2 are going to switch up this pace.
Well, so one of the things that I am already loving is that from G2, we are just seeing them keep this very, very fast, ferocious style of Counter-Strike going. That was one of the big questions, was can they keep this up? And it certainly seems like they want to, but this round, Lecro's tried to cancel everything out. He pushes in through long, and actually, maybe that's a little overzealous there for Lecro, as he will get traded onto by Kenny back into this 4-on-4, and that's now meant NIP, they're going to hunker back into these bomb sites. They concede long, and on the back of it, Kenny S has been allowed to get down into the pit. Now, you can just rotate away from here now if you're G2. Kenny, he's not losing this pit position. He's going to be able to sit here all round long if you need him to. And so just having a man here, you can see the effect this has had for NIP. They've had to completely concede having anyone in that A side of the map. Instead, both these players are over towards short. Smoke now down on the cross, and because they've got no way of peeking long, they've had to rotate Forest on round to try and help out. And with 3 players here towards the A side of the map, now there's only Plopsky over towards B, and that's where that bomb is heading.
And the worst part is their suspicions are getting confirmed as well, because NIP have pushed Cat and they've seen no one there. So they're thinking, you know, it's got to be B now, and the rotates come back in for Forest. Plopsky with a smoke spam, and he will take down Jax. Great nade combo as well. And now G2, do they commit? They've lost a player towards B. They have found Kenny deep up on long, but I don't know if he got spotted there by Rez. He's going to creep right below him. 30 seconds here as G2 only now start to establish Cat control, and this AWP is still on the corner. Twist looking for the frag, but the flashbang's good, and he gets caught. Nexa with that kill. Rez now has to hold the entire round together as Kenny S misses a shot, shows his position on Car. 18 seconds, but he follows up onto Rez, expecting him on the site, and he is not done with one. 3rd kill from Kenny in this round, and Plopsky has to rotate back up Cat for the clutch.
Yeah, there's a smoke blocking his way. He's hoping he can find any avenue to make this round feel doable. Now, the AWP is down at his feet at the very, very least. And on the back of that, you might just have to save, bowing out of this round. G2 gonna go 5-0 up. Kenny, stellar stuff there to keep that long avenue open late on into the round and to allow that rotation to come in. On top of that, it's a little bit unfortunate for, I think it was Letcro back inside of the bomb site, right? He jumped, and Kenny had no idea he was there. It wasn't until he jumped up from atop those boxes in the site, right, where he was peeking over the smoke, that it gives the sound cue to Kenny. And so suddenly he starts to consider that there's a man in the bomb site. And from there, he just shuts down everything.
Important note is I love Nexus calling as well. Really good, you know, they didn't get flustered when they lost that player on B, right? That was a very slow round from G2 after the initial long control. They go back towards B. They try and walk in through the tunnels of the bomb. They lose a player. A lot of teams, a lot of players maybe get flustered there and just overcommit to the B play, but instead they go, okay, we got Kenny out long. Like you said, let's just double back. And G2, they remain composed and they remain in the lead.
Hugo, I want to quote to you the philosophy of one man, a Mr. Ocelot, or Carlos, right? The CEO. Okay. This was a tweet from G2's game on Nuke a while ago. He said that is profanity, can't say that one, but he said that's CSGO right there. None of that pansy-ass penile tugging, playing safe for Molotovs and smokes, and another swear word, he swore a lot.
Oh, yeah,
men puke, men poop on yard, men deliver their newborn baby on the map, and that's the style that G2 are playing at right now.
Yeah, clearly they are impregnating Nip at the seams, Harry. All over the place. That was after that Wendigo game, right, I assume? The one where everyone was just fighting constantly. There was no setups. Everyone was pushing.
That was a great game.
That was one of my favourite
games. And G2 have been doing a good job of making NIP subscribe to that same chaotic style here on Dust2. They'll take cat control in this round. They've been able to seize control towards his side of the map and haven't really faced a lot of challenges in doing so. And so now, if they do execute into this A side of the map, Twist, he is here with the AWP. He's got to do a hell of a lot to try and hold this one back.
And the smokes are good for G2 as well. They get a long cross smoke and that one on Cat. Bit of a gap for Twist, but a missed shot. Can't afford to miss these opportunities, but he does follow up to the bomb player, dropping that in the catwalk. 40 seconds as the rotates come up from CT, and Twist is not done just yet. Second kill as he goes back into the angle. G2 waiting for these repeaks, but he's being very delayed with them, and that's allowed time for his rotates to come through. 4 players here for the Ninjas. This is surely where G2 meet their demise with 20 seconds. Kenny and Nexus stuck on the catwalk. Missed shot once again. And you're not going to get many more opportunities with Twist landing shots like that. 3 from him on the AWP, and NIP finally break the curse. They took their plan B, Harry.
Yeah, and Matt, that's the thing. I think, you know, when we have a few individuals stepping up on the NIP side to start to instill a bit more confidence, and also it kind of forced G2 to have to go back to a more respectful style of CS. I'm thinking that's where we see NIP, you know, starting to rise back up through the scoreboard. So that there could very well be the first step in the right direction for the Swedes. G2 immediately sending 5 players towards his B side of the map. Now that nade is good, and that alone has actually thwarted this B side play.
The nade hit Amanek directly, taking him for 50 damage and stopping him still. If a grenade hits you in Counter-Strike, you just completely just break for a second. Your mind stops working, and so do your limbs, and you can't move. And that just stopped Amanek in his tracks, therefore blocking his entire team. Very unfortunate for G2, but to be honest, you know, they get out of it. Some utilities gone from NIP, no one dies. It's not the end of the world, but it does mean you're going to have to come up with a different plan here during the round.
Well, now turning their attention back towards Catwalk, but once again, an old foe might just rear his head. It's Twist, already in position. Will get Molotov'd out from the drop down, but he responds very, very quickly with a Molotov of his own, and that's important. It stops them from seizing this corner at short and gives him some time to get back into the bomb site. It's not uncommon, you know, if you get Molotov'd out there to drop down into CT and then feel like you can get locked out of the round very, very quickly, right? So he's been allowed to reposition, and Twist back at that place where he was able to get 3 kills in the round prior. So he's posted up for success here. He's also able to help out with this mid to B split from the crossroads.
Oh dear.
He's not been given a gap over the top of that smoke, and now a second one coming in to supplement it. This means the mid to B is on, but Forrest trying to stand the test of time, and he has doubled up before they deal with him. It's Kenny over in middle to re-extend this advantage back in favor of G2, and now for NIP, an AWP and an M4 in the retake. 2 versus 3, and that bomb already ticked away. They might just have to save once again.
Man, Rosh is just killing it, mate. These observings, bloody amazing. That switch to Kenny S, I love it, Rush. Keep it up, great work. Really starting off stage 2 with a bang, as G2 also are 6-1 up now.
Man, I love it. Like, Rush was a real fan favorite from those first few weeks of Pro League.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get replaced. I'm not going to lie, you know.
I was worried too for a while, and then I remembered if Rush is casting, who's observing? You know, like, get Jakey on it. You don't want to do that.
Whoa.
So. Yeah, I mean, G2, 6-1 up right now, and they even take away one of those saving rifles at the very, very end. So, bit of a heartbreaking one for NIP, who don't even give that a look in under the idea that they were going to have weapons to take out of the round. They were going to have a buy coming into this one, and now that money is thrown into disarray a little bit. It should be helped out by the fact that they had some of that loss bonus banked up, right? They were able to take that one partial investment round with the AWP on Twist pretty cleanly as well. But it's certainly not going to leave you in a strong position heading into this one. At least they've held on to that big green gun again. And it sounds like they've called in a tactical pause here for the NIP side, so a chance to try and mull this one over.
And already expired yet, so we'll be getting back into the action. NIP really dealt a tough hand. Obviously, we saw these two teams play recently back in Turkey. We were there, Harry, and G2 made, well, quick work in the series, a 2-0 victory, but Dust2 was competitive when they played it. It was a 16-12. Nice stuff from Kenny. Just straight through the smoke. Absolute randomness, but it works wonders. Plopsky's alone on B now. The rush is coming through, and there's not enough men to hold these Frenchmen out. Not just Frenchmen, though. I always forget that. As G2 take the B site and the round once again, Harry. This is not how you want to start the game off if you're NIP. That's so unlucky, right? You lose Forest on that cross, and then, of course, G2 are just going to rush the B site because they know that you've only got max one player there. No way to stop it, and it's just a save city here for the Swedes as 7 rounds taken by G2. You know, this has really just been a rough game for NIP to find any position, any openings. You know, they've been playing right. They've been re-aggressing at times where they lose certain picks or map control, but G2 always just seem to be one step ahead.
I also think it's pretty unfortunate, especially if you're Rez in this situation. He's someone for an IP that we always look to be a pretty consistent pillar within this team. Right? He's usually up there along toward the top of the board. He's gotten off to a bit of a slow start here in this one. And I think, you know, a lot of this now coming down to him being, what, 8 rounds in, and it feels like he's either been that first man to fall or constantly in these, like, retake scenarios over towards that B side of the map.
Yeah.
He's barely even got to really play a round of Counter-Strike yet. And it can get a bit challenging to kind of warm back into things if it just feels like you're never getting a proper gunfight, right? You're always just trying to hold on to your M4. You're not playing CS. You're playing the James simulator at that point in time. Hey, what was on with that? Like, we had an era where simulation games are all the rage. Where's the James time sim?
To be continued, Harry. One day. I'm not sure we can give out his powers to, you know, just
anyone. Yeah, that's true, man. With great power comes great responsibility. That's the quote, I think.
Yeah. Well, 7-1 up in G2, missing no beats right now. Kenny S waiting in middle, NIP not going to be peeking into that, safely so. Plopsky's pushed slightly into the B tunnels for a bit of an off angle, but will this be expected by Amanek? He's going to move in and try and take this fight potentially. Actually just spotting, and that's great. Good bit of information. Can also bait out a shot from an AWP at the back of Platt, but not going to be needed. Just throwing into utility, keeping these players dedicated. Now mid to B smoke coming out, but again, Harry, look at that mini-map. It is a ruse. G2 have been throwing these in all map long. One man alone on long. It's Rez, the man, the myth, the legend. He's got to do it all, but he can only get a single kill. Trade is in, and now G2 moving their way towards the A site. NIP, very fast rotation back, though.
Yeah, they're going to have bodies here, and they're going to have men to try and put a stop to this from G2. Smoke's going down for the cross, and inside of this bomb site is still the AWP on Twist. With Kenny getting removed from short, now the pressure's really on, and Twist is just re-aggressing into it. They take all the gunfights, and in a matter of seconds, that round comes to a close. NIP on the back of shutting down that short split, finding both the players there almost immediately, and then just leaving the rest of that round onto the 3 players, pushing through long into the prying eyes of Twist in the bomb site. NIP did a great job of mitigating any damage that G2 were hoping to do.
One thing NIP have been doing well, you know, despite the scoreline, is holding on to the utility right there. They have so many grenades that late round to cut off the short split and slow down that push from G2, cut it in 2 as, what is this? Popsky mows him down in the B side. It's a smoke push from G2 and maybe a bit overzealous in this round because 5-on-2 already. And NIP with 3 players on this B side of the map, nowhere to go. Even crossing those mid doors is a bit of a challenge, but not for Nexa. Nails a shot to Lecro. Where do NIP go from this? Rez is reaggressed out on long. He can actually try and flank these players, but Nexa is watching for this, so dangerous to overcommit through these doors at such a point in time, and he realizes that. Sits in the side. Nexus Shadow should give away his position. Rez is ready, and he gets the kill. Good stuff. Kenny now alone, and a 1-on-4. Pretty unrealistic, but he has got a 1-on-1 on the A site. If he gets that kill, he can open up a bomb plant, and, well, you know what Kenny's like. Anything is possible, Harry.
Yeah, problem he's going to have is with no flashbang, no anything to get Twist off of this angle, Kenny's got to walk in and check so many positions that you almost feel there's no way Twist loses this fight. So Kenny, I mean, is this going to be a case that he stands around for 20 more seconds and then walks to his death, or is he just going to try and hold on to this AWP because he's not really moving anywhere just yet?
They've got to know he's cat as well. Look at the amount of information NIP have. They have tunnels, they have long, and they have mid, pretty much. You know, Forrest has got a good sight line, so they've got to know he's cat at this point, or saving. And that seems to be the case here, just holding on to the AWP. 15 seconds, no sign on him pushing up. And now NIP are going to start to hunt a little bit, start to probe the map. But they won't find him in time. This AWP will be kept, and the money isn't there for G2. Finally getting broken down after NIP find multiple rounds, and so it's very important this AWP is held on. So they'll be able to buy up around it.
And, you know, with kind of the rest of NIP having already had a few glimmers of hope early on, especially, you know, the likes of Twist over towards the A side of the map, Plopsky and Forrest between them over here at the B side of things have actually been doing a good job of at least keeping things even. I am really looking towards the fact that we've seen Rez starting to find some confidence over towards long in these last few rounds as something that could be a bit of a difference maker for NIP. I'm wanting to keep an eye on him now as this first half develops. So I'm really going to be looking to him to be a bit of a hero for the NIP squad.
G2 calling out tactical pause here, maybe realizing that it's starting to creep up on them, right? This 7-1 lead is closing, and just important to keep your composure before NIP really get back into things. Don't want to hit him with another B rush, Harry. Those have been pretty unsuccessful. NIP have been using their utility very well towards that B-bomb site, round after round. And now Kenny back with the AWP into middle. Very fast push-up catwalk alone as well, so no teammates here to trade. And Forrest has looked keen already this game. Now G2 coming out long. Rez and Lecro with a double setup, getting a kill apiece. And that's the bomb dropped in the open as well. G2, they have to commit. They have to go and get that one back. And with the bomb being dropped in the open, NIP can afford to dedicate players to this position. 2 pushed up now. This is a very rough start for G2. This is, I'd like to just call this round off and say it's unwinnable, but we'll have to wait and see.
Ooh, wow, they will get that kill over in mid. And you can see Plopsky even going in through the upper tunnels now. If they catch him here...
Oh, what a shot.
That would have made all the difference. It would have just enabled you to feel comfortable in this 3-on.
Oh my God!
Kenny will get Rez in through the door. Lecro got to try and hold on to this, and he gets shut down as well. Oh dear, NIP, they had the bomb, they had everything going their way, and then Kenny's throwing this whole round into question now.
Unwinnable, lol.
This wrap is coming in from Plopsky, but that's the thing. If it takes too long, if it misses the mark, this could be the round falling apart on the back of it. Smoke going down to try and allow this bomb to get across. Now, with just one smoke to their name, that's not going to be perfect. It's got some gaps in it. So they've got to be careful here. Plopsky's decided against the long play and has now set himself up over on the short side. The first player gets in, and that's Nexa with this bomb. Plopsky, one shot's all that's required, but he's getting whittled down and he'll get finished off. And now it's Twist alone. 1 versus 2. Has to try and pick this round up from the ashes, and he has shut down that first man. Now just Kenny left to try and overthrow. It's AWP on AWP, Clash of the Titans.
What a reposition from Kenny.
Both players switching things up, and in amongst the confusion, in amongst the chaos, Kenny has actually been able to tip this one in his favor. He's cleared out short, and now he's aware of this reposition. If you're Twist, surely you're not anticipating this wraparound to Gandalf. There's just no way. And Twist, as he taps that bomb, the peak. Oh no! Kenny's missed it. He's off the bomb. He's won it from time alone. Surely Twist has got the kill, but surely there's not time left for the defuse. NIP, they're gonna just miss it. It's down to the wire.
Wow.
Oh, that was close. That was messy. It was close and messy. It was those 2 words all over in the server. Both of them.
I mean, what is this shot from Kenny as well? He had to hit that, right? Rez is tucked in the corner. Rez is going to be able to hold on to long with that crossfire from Lecro. But suddenly, one out of those 2 players holding onto the bomb has just been taken out of the round, Harry. Oh, my. Valiant attempt from Twist. I love that reposition where he tries to catch Kenny off by going CT, expecting him to be long, but Kenny just outplays him, man. The Gandalf, the safe plant, it all works out for him. Even despite missing the shot. Terrifying scenes here for G2, but they clinch an 8th round. However, they don't take forward an AWP. So it's back to the rifles here for Kenny. NIP not wanting to go down without a fight.
It's very Kenny-esque to hit a man through the long doors and then miss the shot to Twist.
And still win the round.
Using the bomb, but then still win the round.
As I don't know how G2 won that. I really do not know how G2 won that. Just such an exciting team right now. These guys have clearly been putting in a lot of work, and I'm excited to see what we get from them this week in the Pro League.
Well, man, I tell you what, like sometimes it feels like, you know, at least whenever I play CS, it feels like the more me and my team understand each other, the more I hate them. So I wonder if, you know, I wonder if the key is to just know Counter-Strike language.
And no other.
And you can only ever call positions that way. There's no room for being toxic all of a sudden. Let's see, maybe that's the recipe to success. 3 players for G2 over towards long. They're going to try and brute force their way in once again. And Rez trying once again to stand the test of time here. And a double up from him. Well, that's more than they could have hoped for. Jack's desperately trying to recover this round, but it's out the window. And for Amanek, 1v3, 18 seconds, bomb down at long. There's no time. He might not even get away with the Krieg, and he's not going to. So NIP, they will lock in a 4th round. They keep this afloat. They keep this CT side going.
And hey, Harry, you called it, right? Rez, 1-5 at the start of the map. He's now 6-6. He's pulled it back completely. He's playing far better. He's had way more impact in towards that long position. First time he's locked in a double kill on the entries. And yeah, that was a wide swing from Nexa, but no one there to join him. Kenny was late to try and trade. And so Rez is easily able to get away with 2 kills and not punished. He's 6-8 rather. Even so, that's a good recovery. G2, I mean, you know, they've already had their half done, right? 8, you can be happy with that. But considering the way this map started, it was 7-1. They would rather take a more concise lead. See if NIP will allow them to. This is going to be a B play eventually. They have 1 smoke on Amanek and a bunch of pistols. Really, where else can you go? Try and fight with the Deegs up on Catwalk, but up against that AWP, no flashes. Twist is going to have an open season. Smoke from Amanek. Will it be a close cat one? It's actually going to go in towards a B site, so it's completely for the fake. There are 3 players here. NIP very dedicated. They know that G2 have pistols and therefore have set up accordingly, but this has given G2 a bit of room on that A site. If Twist gets 1 deeked here, this round could fall apart here for the Ninjas.
Yeah, and it can be very easy to just get overwhelmed if you're Twist. The one thing that's going to go his way is there's no utility here for G2. They've got to just get in on the pace alone, and that run boost has really helped them. do exactly that, right? Because if you're Twist, if they just go running out through short, you've got a shooting gallery, right? You've got 4 players that are gonna, able to re-peek into from the crossroads over and over again. With the run boost, they're already at Gandalf, so you've got no choice but to fall back, take this position at long, and try and play for the retake. Now, G2, very interesting here. They get this bomb down, and they try and answer back with this short to mid play. It gets red, it gets shut down, and now with this bomb ticking away, NIP already in the site. They're holding the defuse. G2, no way of holding on to this round. But they at least get the bomb plant, and that was what they were hoping for there.
Admirable attempt, right? Wrapping CT is very unorthodox. A bomb's not for you. You can't stop a defuse there, but you're on pistols, right? You can afford to throw in those risks, and maybe you catch someone off guard and get a kill, and throw some disarray in the mix. But Plopsky, good awareness to hold that flank there while NIP was setting up for the retake, not letting G2 get behind them. And more pistols here from G2 despite getting the bomb plant down. Obviously, some players saving more than others. Kenny's going to have enough of the orb moving forward. Lots of early utility from NIP as well, not only towards these long doors, but B site as Popsky throws in his mollies. G2 only just getting out of middle. Now this time they have more utility, so can flash their way through some angles, push this AWP back that is aggressively positioned on short. We've seen G2 consistently run boost this position on short. I mean, they're run boosting all over the map, but especially here, they won't need to this time. Missed shot from Twist, and the molly will keep G2 at bay, allowing Twist to set up on top of the site, but it's actually going to go back towards long and play it safer. Oh, this nade from Lecro.
Oh,
chunky.
Yeah, there's a lot of red on the screen there. Everyone bought down by that nade. And now the utility comes out from G2. Smoke for CT, the flashbang's going in, but no one's blind. They've still got kills, and it's only Twist trying to hold the line. He's going to get overwhelmed. And that's now an AWP that maybe could look to get retrieved, although it's dropped down at the ramp, and that's in the prying eyes of Rez. They know his tendency to play over towards long, so they're more than ready for him to be here, but he gets caught out in the open. And now that bomb ticking away, becoming a real problem. And Nexa just keeps on adding to it. Plopsky gets shut down as well. And it's Nexa and Hunter to make that round. So G2 with nothing more than the pistols, a few bits of utility, they're able to find another round on the back of it.
Nexa and Hunter going crazy, Harry. It's a great round from them. The pistol's actually working out on the A site for a change, right? They try that one round where they attempt to wrap aggressively, and now they do a far more safer post-plant with the Deegs. And that works out well. I love those jumping baits from Nexa as well. He takes away the attention of a player on long, and then his teammate swings. Rez tries to fight his teammate, and Nexa's able to just peek close and take that kill. Really, really nice Deagle work, and that will find G2 a 9th, a crucial round, giving them money into the last of the half. A tactical pause just to make sure they can find these double digits before the half is over.
And that's the thing, I think if you're G2, and you were looking at this and you finished the half 8-7, while that's fine and you'd want it out, I don't think you'd be happy with that considering you were 7-1 up at one point in time. Here, if they 10-5 the half, that's very, very well recovered because it looked like NIP were going to very, very much get themselves back into a fighting position here, heading into the second. And so on the back of finding success with those pistols, they have a chance to take that all away from NIP now. Amanek making noise up in the upper tunnels, and that's at least going to keep Plopsky and Forrest curious about this B side of the map. Nexa still holding the long doors, waiting to see if any aggression comes through. And he might get rewarded for this. Rez hiding behind the door with that smoke to conceal his movement. Tucking himself in. Kenny wallbanged him last time he was in this position. No AWP here this time around, thankfully for Rez. And let's see if he can find anything from it. If he gets 2 from here, then that is more than enough from him. He could lock this entire round in here and now for NIP. The bomb is there. There's 3 players. Smokes and flashes going in. And Rez, missing that spray. Does at least pick up the kill onto Jax, but it's quickly dealt with there. And now 4-on-4, they at least know that this bomb was over towards long. And so these players at B have started to begin this rotation early.
Oh, yeah, Kenny's waiting for it. They're just trying to draw the rotation, but the flash is good. And Kenny, he had his shot there, but he couldn't see the players. Hunter's walked into B, though, with his rotation out from NIP. It's very badly timed for them. Hunter has taken control. That bomb needs to hurry up, though. 18 seconds. And the cross is shot. He's going to get tagged and re-peeked from the window. Next to now alone, 1-on-4. No chance here. The smoke comes in, and that's Popsky closing out the round. NIP 6 at the end of the half, and that will be them recovering well. We're going to be throwing it over to a quick break. Join us after that for the second half of Dust2.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said then you better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh.
G2 looking good, but NIP, they've recovered things well. They managed 6 at the end of that first half, despite being down 7-1 at one point in time. They've at least made this first map feel competitive. Now, Hugo, you're here with me, but another man that's been watching this action from up in his little cave is Rush, and we were going to bring him in. I wonder if we could still bring him in to help us with this pistol. I know he loves getting involved.
I think he's more in his basement than his cave, but yeah, essentially, we'll keep that on standby.
Yo.
Oh, he's here! Rush!
What up, man? Jack's gonna get an ace, man. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Rush has called it, and he's been pretty damn clairvoyant thus far. So let's see. Jax, we're on him. We're ready for the ace. He's holding down the crossroads, and no one's going to give him a fight.
Hang on a minute here. What's going on here? Look.
Oh, hang on.
Hey, up.
Rush,
Cheeky.
do you want to break this one down?
There. That's
Go on.
Oh, man. Well, I don't know. I think Jax is going to go for a hero play.
Nice ace.
Oh, didn't quite get it, though. All right, it's getting busy. Take it away, boys. I need to think here. We got some rapping stuff going on here.
We really throw Rush under the bus, just like Rez has cut down Hunter. And now, Nexa, trying to get this trade, will at least finally deal with the man over towards Long. Rush was given the very hard task of trying to cast and observe, and it's not an easy one. Neither is clutching out this round for NIP. Plopsky finds that out the hard way, and that is G2 picking up the pistol. They're going to go 10-6 up now, and a chance to build upon this stellar first half lead.
Yeah, a real powerhouse right now. Both pistols under their wing, and no way for NIP to stop that. Bomb plant down. Do we see the Kriegs coming through in round number 2? That's the only question. I think at this kind of scoreline, 10-6, it's very tempting to just take the eco and get guns sooner rather than later. But we know how effective these Kriegs can be, and 1 or 2 of them on Dust2 placed. Oh my god, that was a Kaylee shot. Kukli shot, Harry. Don't see those every day. G2, though, having to deal with these Kriegs. They are coming through for NIP. Big investment, and it's going to cost them everything if they don't get a minimum of bomb plant. You're really hoping to convert these rounds. Some stats I've read from recent events say that, you know, I think it's 40% of the time you go for this buy as a T, you win it. Which is pretty damn good considering, you know, it's a second round force after getting bomb plant. Let's see if the odds play into NIP's favor.
Yeah, if you're an IP, you know, you've got these Kriegs in hand, so you want to probably shy away from that B side of the map, right? You really want to put these in positions where they can excel, and that's going to be over here towards Catwalk, down towards Long, and so that does seem to be the decision from an IP right now. They're going to get all 5 players grouped up here short side. Kenny with the AUG back inside of the site. It's scope versus scope, the battle of the COD guns. AUG versus Krieg. It's like man v car. And Kenny, he's the man. He's dead almost immediately. The Krieg just wrecking them. And at least Hunter's done what he can to keep things even. It's a 3-on-3 now, and these Kriegs can be picked up. There's now an AUG inside of the site that you can get your hands on if you're an IP. Oh. And that scout has even tagged up Jax. G2, they might just have to save here. There's no way of getting back into this round.
That's the only rifle they had gone. Right there, down in CT spawn, removed by Plopsky up on top of the site. And without a doubt, this is exits at most for G2. Trying to get kills and trying to get Kriegs, more importantly. Amanek, he's found the first, but he can't get the gun. It's been sent a little far back. He's waiting for that bomb to blow it his way, and he might get another for his troubles as well. Plopsky's gone. Twist with the trade. There's no time to win this round for Amanek, but he can at least look to get this final kill, add 1 more to the tally. He's actually just bailed with the SMG, surprisingly enough. Maybe knowing there's a gun somewhere else, but he won't find a thing. Twist is going to die to the bomb, but not a worry. That was a force buy for NIP, and they pick it up, Harry. The odds were in their favor after all. So G2, where do they go from here? Probably just got to force round that loss. Again, you know that NIP have lost all their players, right? And they're taking home win bonus, which is, you know, in some sense larger because they blew the bomb up rather than getting all the kills. But it's still going to be enough for them to buy up a few more of those nasty Kriegs. And G2 forcing up, but it pales in comparison. This scout is really ticking away at some of these CTs as well. Kenny and Amanek getting tagged at the start. Kenny's still keen to take this fight. However, there's a timer on this fight, because at a certain point, Lekra can come out from lower and Kenny can just get blindsided. And he's realized that, yep, another tag's come through, time to retreat.
So now NIP with this foothold over in middle, and they're not really in any rush to do anything with it either. They know they're not up against much. They know they found some damage down through mid with this scout, and now the Krieg trying to deal with Kenny. Not a fight you really want to give him, you know. Even though he's only got the scout and you have got the tactical nuke in comparison with the Krieg in hand, that's still one that Kenny could shut you down in. So they just play it safe. They fall back over towards short. They're going to go for this A play. Jax, if he wins this fight over at Long, maybe you can do something here for your G2, right? At least then you can retrieve that gun. You've got another man to come up into the site. The rest of the guys can come rotating around. And you've got Nexa with this Pyjamas hidden back inside of A. But there's a lot of things that have to go G2's way if they want to pick this round up. That flashbang is certainly a good start. Jax is going to help his teammate out, but it's quickly cancelled out by Plopsky, Twist, and Rez. The trio going to get 3 kills between them in a matter of seconds. And this round now drawing to a close. NIP, they've got it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not like G2 had or were caught out there. They had all the information in the world. Amanek pushed B tunnels very early on after Kenny spotted that Krieg retreating earlier in the round, and G2 knew it was A, but they had no way of stopping that. Kriegs really are making this game just so difficult. And the CZ as well. Finishing things off. NIP, they will take another round, and this road to recovery is really being paved right now by the Swedes. Things are looking good for them. That being said, we're yet to have a full rifle round from G2, and it won't be now. It will be an eco as they wait for that money to start to build up. I want that AWP on Kenny before I make too many assumptions of this CT side.
The sad thing for me about the Krieg is I think, in my opinion, it has made one map more interesting, and that is Nuke. I don't know why I feel that. I just like watching it with the Krieg meta in play, because I feel like Tees can do a bit more towards outside, and it switched things up a bit.
In every
but
other
it's like every
map,
yeah, it's like everywhere.
It's just
that's the
too
thing.
good.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
too
the
good.
problem.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it's like,
too
you know, yeah, okay, you've helped out on one of the most CT-sided maps in the game, but I think that shows how strong the gun is. That just that one change has been enough to throw that entire meta away.
How is
now,
it no deaths? Okay, fine.
Yeah, I was gonna. It was about time.
At least one.
But that is all. That is all they get. That one kill onto Rez. NIP closing this gap very, very well. Now knocking on the door of G2, and they've got this buy coming in.
And here's the annoying part of G2, right? This is why they're calling the pause, is why I imagine. This is an annoying spot to be in. You've got enough to buy, but you're just bordering it, right? It's like 4,300 to 4,700 each. Yeah, okay, you can get an M4, you know, with Kev, a smoke, and maybe a double flash, or replace some of those util for a kit. You know, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to full buys.
And that's the other thing. It's not like you can look at this and say, okay, well, we'll take one more partial, because you
just
know,
already double eco.
Exactly, right? It's like you've already given up 2 rounds. You didn't really find a lot of damage in those rounds either. And if you allow, you know, NIP to get these 3 in a row, keeping a great economy throughout, on the back of, you know, like loss bonus and things like that that would build up later on, G2 would be leaving themselves in a very, very tough spot to win this game out. So you kind of have to take this fight here and now, and they know it. But as you were saying, what this does is, you know, you've got your fight now. You don't have one in the next round if you lose this, and you don't hold on to anything.
Not a single incendiary here for the entire G2 team, and they're about to get B-rushed, Harry. That smoke comes down, but NIP, 5 players in the tunnels. They actually don't commit off of spawn, but they have the control here, and at any point they could just go bursting into this bomb site. Amanek is crossed safely, and NIP going to bail with this idea. I don't know if, you know, their plan was to just go for it, and something's changed, but already running back through T-spawn, things looking a bit confused here for NIP. As players clearly not knowing what their plan is right now. The bomb getting retrieved, and they're going to spread out to try and regain that map control that they, well, didn't take at the start of the round, I guess. NIP do not know how good that rush could have been. But there are 3 players on that side of the map, so it will sway them against it. Hunter's spotting mid from the B site as well. And we've got NIP taking Catwalk. G2 dedicated to long with 2 players, so no one on A, but NIP don't know that. You can never assume that, really.
Here's the thing, though, for G2, if you're retaking this A site against the Kriegs, I mean, I don't see a way you do that. It feels pretty horrible, especially with no utility left this late into the round, apart from a couple of flashbangs. Metro getting into CT. This is an interesting one. NIP, they've got a lot of map control, but they've only got 25 seconds, so they've got to make a decision, and they'll decide, all right, let's go B. We've searched everywhere. We've searched high, we've searched low, but now we've just got to go. And to do that, they have to get past Hunter. They will just about find him. Bomb plant now trying to come in, and it's going to get planted for tunnels. You can see the Twist is trying to get across into that position. Kenny and Jax left in this retake now. No flashbang to get any of these players off of these angles, though, and you've just got to run the gauntlet against this double Krieg setup. Kenny's actually found one. That's pretty huge. He's recovered that from over in the window. Flash goes in, gives them a second to try and get through, but with no kill coming in, Jax now left in the clutch. And he just bows out of the round.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a very odd round from NIP, but a really nice one. They definitely got the fights later than they expected with getting Letco into the CT spawn. I guess they were hoping for earlier engagements towards middle, but G2 had boxed himself inside of B with 3 players, and NIP will take that round every day of the week. Just a couple of seconds separating them from getting flanked out of that long push from Kenny and Jax. They get 1 kill from it, but it just comes in maybe 2 or 3 seconds too late and gives room for NIP to get inside of that site. Letcro with a big couple of entries from him, and NIP, they like, we've already seen a lot of new things this game so far, a lot of different ideas that we don't necessarily get every Dust2 game. And I like to see that, Harry. Ingenuity is great fun here in Counter-Strike, especially on the oldest map of all time. 10-10. That 7-1 is a fleeting prospect here now for G2, who are on the back ropes. They've got to take an eco. It's NIP on the tactical pause as G2 look to hold on to some money and wait for those AWPs to come in. But that won't be for yet another round.
Thing, you know, we always used to see in these sorts of rounds, this is where you'd see that like, crazy aggression come in from a lot of teams, right? When they're only running pistols, when they've got a few solitary rifles here and there. But with the Krieg meta, you can't really go to aggressive CT side anymore, right? Holding angles is just so strong with the Krieg, and so you'd almost be giving kills away. Instead, you've really got to try and put this utility to good use to create some space in any sort of eco push rounds. And with no flashbangs, you can't do that in this one. So G2 do just have to hold these positions in the bomb site. They're not going to be getting fights until this site take comes in. They have at least cleared out short, and they should clear middle. Forest is there, and he's getting sandwiched on either side. Look at that minimap. They're all around him. Oh dear. Oh no, don't go back up. Don't go back up. Amanek is there. And now Forest is gone. It might not matter though, because the A play's coming on the meantime. Kenny has snuck himself into Gandalf, but things heat up for him, and it's into the prying eyes of Plopsky he goes. Bomb plant now coming in, and 3-on-4 for G2 in the retake.
Oh, nice flash. That gives an opening, but it's going to be quickly closed by NIP. The Kriegs again coming up at the post plant. And poor Kenny, man. He plays 2 positions in that round, and both of them get mollied. Stairs on the catwalk and Gandalf. Now, he did get spotted crossing to that second position, but really a rough time here for G2 on the pistols. And with NIP taking long on an anti-eco, there's very little that G2 could do about that or against it. It's going to have to be the buy coming up, but 11-10, NIP for the first time this map take the lead, Harry. And now G2 going to be in with the AWPs, and that's kind of what we've been waiting for really all half long. I want to see a double AWP, straight away, right? Because NIP have not had an AWP on this T side. They had Twist on the Scout on those bonus rounds for like 3 or 4 until he eventually died and just went back with the Krieg. And they haven't elected to buy up an AWP. Not always necessary on the T side. You don't have to rush that until you're having problems with the CT AWP. But yeah, this would be a perfect round to pull out a double AWP for G2 and really just start to shut down these faster plays from NIP. And I'm sure that's what NIP are aware of as well, right? They've had complete control over this economy the entire T side. They've had G2 exactly where they want them, getting curb stomped. And well, now they've got to let their foot a little bit off the jaw and give G2 a chance.
Let their foot off the jaw?
Yeah.
Man, that's brutal. It's not even a pedal anymore, mate. We're just
stomping, Harry.
Stomping heads.
And there it is, the double AWP.
It's Amanek who's going to hang around and challenge middle. Now, they try and play it fast. The flashbang goes in. He gets away with a tag, but doesn't get the kill. They at least now know that players have gotten down catwalk, smoke onto that Molotov. And NIP, they've done a good job at least of keeping G2 with this very, very heavy A-side presence. They've really put the fear into G2 early on. selling that was going to be a fast play, and I think it was destined to be. It wasn't. If it wasn't for that tag and the information getting found from Amanek over in middle, that might have just been the fast A play. But they immediately respond by slowing down. Kenny, his response is to take short control back from NIP, and that's actually pretty massive. It's meant that now they've doubled up 2 players over here towards long. I was hoping that maybe it might have allowed one of these players on A to make their way down towards middle.
Nice.
Instead, this double long stack could come back to hurt the side of G2. That said, Hunter's Krieg here at the B-bomb site. We go on about how strong this weapon is. Hunter not able to put it to good use, though. It's Amanek trying to hold the line with the AWP. His barrel sticking out, and he's been betrayed by the length res. Shutting him down there. Now this B site almost open, almost ripe for the taking. Kenny, the only man to try and hold them back, momentarily backs away. It's a 3 versus 2 retake for G2. One of the best spots they've had all second half long. They've got to give this one a go.
Yeah, Jax has a kit as well, right? So no excuses here for G2. They have the advantage, but this B site can be a cruel mistress to try and retake res. Timing that molly perfectly, coming in late towards the door, has cut Kenny off, meaning Jax is coming in through the window, and Forest can just commit to holding this angle. Time is ticking as they wait for the molly to fade, but that gives just more time for NIP. Forest missed shots. Kenny gets a kill. Res hiding at the back of the site, just needs to stall, just needs to stay alive, and Kenny won't let him. 2 kills, grabs the kit, and grabs the defuse in time. G2, that is their first CT round since the pistol. But a round is a round, Harry, and they will take it as scrappy as it does get.
And I mean, the AWP's getting a lot of kills in that round, right? So they immediately show their worth when G2 have got the money to bring them out. And the fact that they were able to hold on to both of them, even more valuable now for this G2 side. This little recipe to success continues to move forward into this second half. Twist has bought his out on the other side. Now looking to fight fire with fire.
It's not really effective. Use water. I don't get that. You don't see helicopters dropping more fire on these fires.
Well, mate, I hate to completely do you in like this, but controlled burns, mate. One of the best ways of dealing with a blaze right there. And that literally is fighting with fire. To fight fire.
Yeah, nice. He saved it. He saved it. Well done. English language can be hard, Harry. As Jax is figuring out. I've heard we're throwing him under the bus later, potentially. And going to be talking to him. We'll see. Because it'd be nice to get a grasp of his improvement. We had him on a few weeks ago. But either way, fast A play. Oh, Jax's head gets spotted there, but they won't expect a second man in the same position. And Nexa can line them up. 2 kills. He spots another as well. 2 players up close. And Plopsky just getting away with that kill as a flash comes through. Hunter drops his teammate down on long. And now Plopsky is alone on the site. Hunter, smart, backing off. Giving the room, giving the respect to Plopsky as this push comes back in from the catwalk, and Amanek should have this round under lock and key, but he swaps to a nade. That timing is unfortunate, but Plopsky doesn't die from it. 7 HP, retrieves the bomb, and now he still thinks Hunter's dedicated to A. Far from the truth, he's getting full wrapped from long as well. This is going to be a very difficult clutch for Plopsky, and he's running out of time.
Not ready for the long reposition, and why would you be? G2 just about able to hold on to that one. Another round gracing this majority French side, though, as they start to find their footing here in the second half.
And it does feel like this man on your screen has been the most consistent player for G2 across, these last few roster changes. Not only the French lineups, but also the move now to English. Always been so good. No longer alongside his brother, David Vec, who we saw playing together for so long, but he really is thriving in this G2 roster, and now they sit around up, Harry. We got to be running low on pauses at this point. I think G2 are all out, but NIP just really scraping the bottom of the barrel for their last couple as well.
Yeah, and I think, G2, they're a team that have to be pretty pause heavy. Obviously, even with Jax's improvement in the English language.
Yeah, yours is lacking.
Yeah, mine, I could do with it as well, man. Yeah. Jax, enroll me in some of your courses too at this point in time.
So you'll be learning English from a French-speaking book.
Yeah.
That's not going to help you. You don't speak French.
Well, you know, I'm sure it has to say it in English as well, given that you're learning English.
Yeah, but I thought you didn't know English.
I mean, I don't think you can just learn a language from a book. That would be hard, wouldn't it?
I don't know, mate. I only speak English.
How do you learn a language? How does this even happen? That's the one thing being British. The concept of speaking 2 languages to me is just foreign.
As are all other languages.
Yeah. It's a real self-sustaining cycle of hatred. And Kenny over at short, trying to sustain this short push. He will actually get out of danger just in the nick of time, ducking down below the incandescence of that Molotov and escaping into the realms of CT. From here, he can keep an eye on this mid to B play that NIP are looking to throw into the mix. As well as that Hunter's watching from the double doors in that B side of the map. So he's even here as well to throw that much more problems the way of NIP. Smokes are now down, and this B play looking to come in. 2 players here trying to hold the line. Amanek's already gone, and it's only Hunter left. He's doubled up before he's dealt with. And once again, G2, 3 versus 2 retake into the B bomb site.
Yeah, they've been here before, and there's a similar situation. Propsky's got a molly as well to try and delay this play, but G2, they have plenty of, well, not plenty of utility, but at least more than last time. Double flash molly. Jax needs to check this position. Propsky's tunnel visioned in, but down to 2 HP. Can he escape? The molly is down, but he gets killed on the exit. Twist now has to clutch it out on his own, forcing a fight and dropping Nexa, but there's still another man through the doors. Jax is run through the Molotov in tunnels as well. They could line up, but Kenny hits a shot fast, and G2 pick up another retake. Kenny, he may not have had really much of a chance to shine on A with this AWP, but that's 2 rounds retaken with the AWP that he has saved the day for G2. More than capable here in any position on Dust, and G2 starting to put the final nails in the coffin here, Harry, for NIP in this first map.
Well, one of the things I want to say as well, while we got a bit of a lull in the action, is that Hugo, you mentioned that Jax, and Malik kind of threw him under the bus a bit, said that he might be in an interview, like we might be talking to him. But if that's something that Jax has put himself forward for in any capacity, big respect to the guy, considering, you know, you haven't been focusing on learning English for long. I certainly wouldn't learn a language for a few weeks and then go, yeah, I'll interview in that language. Mate. Like, I would never feel confident doing that. So clearly showing that he's really trying. Look at this, by the way. Fast mid play. Kenny's here, and a chance for him to shine once again over on the G2 side. Never really got to see much action early on, but since having this AWP, he's been a mainstay of the CT success that G2 have had. Ooh. And this round, it's set to continue doubling up, making quick work of these pistols, and really quelling any hopes that NIP had of finding anything in this round.
Oh yeah, he's dead. No, Plopsky gets out. That's crazy. I thought the molly would have had him stuck, but holds on to his life for a modicum of a moment. Kenny looks to take it away, though, and he might be able to with this mid-shot. Flash is good, though. Forces Kenny back, but Hunter is there to help. Plopsky's gone down. They know there are more players here after that flash has come through, so Kenny just hitting blind shots. Just another day in the office, as Rez is going to have to try and clutch us out. No, not going to happen. Next is up on A, and that's G2 getting rid of the pistols. Nice and easy. Never really looked like NIP were in that one, just getting jeweled out through those doors. And now this is it, do or die for NIP. If they lose this round, they have pistols up against 15 and likely going to be falling on G2's map pick. Twist does have the AWP, and he has been really great this map as well.
Oh, I see a bit of a challenge towards long from NIP. An area of the map they've kind of neglected this T side thus far. They now try their hand at it, and Jax, he hasn't had to see or deal with much from this position. This round, he crumbles almost immediately. Will get traded there by Forest. Now long control taken for NIP. They can once again just pump the brakes, likely gonna... Oh, dear. Molly just a little too shallow.
Oh! He walked back into it. I mean, the nade certainly doesn't help. 3-on-3 here. Smokes are coming out on long. NIP committing to this A site here, but Kenny is still in position. If he goes wide, Twist is holding this, so he can't afford to overstay his welcome. Jumping up and missing the flick shot. Now they're closing the gap. Forrest is already up here on the ramp. Kenny needs to deal with him, but the flick is not going to land. Surely not! Kenny somehow getting that kill. Twist is going to get dinked down. He does get the refrag, but that round is done.
Kenny just made me emit a noise I didn't even know I had in me. That is disgusting.
How on earth?
Like, he's trying to hit it all properly as well at first, like scope it in, you know, being a bit ballsy. And then he just goes, well, I'm dead if this misses. So I'll give it a go. And of course it works. 15-11 map point now for G2. And that problem you highlighted heading into that last round, Hugo, the fact that NIP would have no money left. G2, they're looking for the killing blow, and they might have just delivered it down into lower tunnels. Kenny now trapped in mid. However,
no,
dear.
The flash.
Oh no, Twist has shut him down. Jax at least finding Rez back in T-spawn. This round is chaos all across the board. NIP, from amongst the chaos, from amidst the madness that is this round, they've got to try and pick up a 2-on-3. Amanek, however, dropping Plopsky in the tunnels, now leaves this all on the back of the orb. What a skin, by the way. Twist running into the site, and Jax is just homed in on the angle. Round comes to a close, and as does the map. G2 are going to take their map pick. They weather the storm. They come out the other side looking good. They were 7-1 up at one point in time. Then they 9-6 the half.